was rejected by a matchmaker this week. She wouldn't be able to work with me. I'm very, very type A, organized. I like to be the leader. I also told her I was looking for a man who was also a leader because I don't want to always be the leader, believe it or not. I told her I was looking for someone that was at or above the same income level as me, driven, who is ambitious, who is ready for a long-term relationship and ready to get married. She may have actually picked up on the fact that I'm a little high-strung. I'm not like a stressed out or anxious person. I'm just high energy or type A. This is who I am. And she was asking me, do I meditate? No. Do I journal? No. I said I could never really be with a beta type man. I specifically used the word doormat. I said I would chew them up and spit them out. And her response was, well, I married that type of man. She was saying that, men really like a soft woman and I should try some of these vision board, journaling, meditating type of things. She essentially said that I am not ready for her type of services because I have too much work to do. My walls are too high and I'm not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the ripe age of 38, where I have been in therapy for 10 plus years. She also said that I need to soften a little bit. And men like a softer woman. Essentially, I spent $350 to meet with this woman, have her tell me I am not worthy of love as I am, but the fact that I need to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. We shouldn't be pushing on these narratives that people are not worthy as they are, and essentially telling women that the type of woman they are isn't worthy of love. That is a narrative that should not be given to anyone, or it is dangerous commentary, and the fact that she said this to my face had some audacity.
So picture this: a woman walks into a matchmaking service thinking she's about to secure her dream man, a tall, rich, handsome guy who will sweep her off her feet and fund her lifestyle. But instead of getting her fairy tale ending, she gets a brutal reality check that leaves her stunned.
That she's not considering is that matchmaker is also hired by men. So she's listening to what men want, which is why she's giving the feedback that she's giving. But this reaction from a woman is exactly what a lot of men are experiencing in the dating world. There's just so much resistance from women these days to self-reflect and potentially change a little bit. It is okay to change yourself in order to improve yourself. It does not mean that you're not worthy of love currently. You are. Everyone is. It's just a matter of, are you willing to make yourself a better partner to fit into a relationship? It's really that simple.
Какой тебе раз?
Это 90.
Блин, все классно. Мне нравятся тоненькие парни. Приветики. Мне не нравится твоя прическа. Я пыталась быть доброй вначале, честно.
Я уже научился. Организация массовых мероприятий.
Организатором. Ты низкий.
Ты мне не нравишься.
Пока.
Вообще слышал, как она общалась. Такая немножко зависимая.
That was pretty satisfying, I'm not gonna lie.
She sits down with the matchmaker and starts rattling off her requirements. He has to be over 6 feet tall, make 6 figures minimum, own a luxury car, spoil me with vacations, and of course no kids. Now here's the plot twist: she herself is a single mom with 2 kids, a mountain of debt, and a chip on her shoulder the size of Miami. And yet, somehow, she thinks she deserves a man from the top 1% who has zero baggage.
And here's why. Because out of those rejections, you want to safely assume that 99% of people who reject you are not the kinds of individuals you'd want to date anyway. They're rejecting you simply in order to say, hey, I don't think we're right for each other. Thanks, but no thanks. In fact, even as a matchmaker, I get rejected all the time. I'll propose a match to someone and they'll say no. And I think, do you really have a better option? And they think they do. And so they're happy to turn me down, happy to turn down the match that I've proposed. This is normal. And it's based on the principle of human psychology that says we always think we have a better option out there until we're at that point where we say, you know what, I need to do whatever I can in order to bring the right person into my life.
Here's the difference, right? Like, guys get slapped in the face every day with the cold, hard, brutal truth of the world, and that's through the rejection. Whereas women don't really deal with rejection on the front end. Women deal with rejection on the back end. So basically that's like when you get zoned, when a guy's not willing to commit to you or he keeps you as a side chick. That's where women get rejected on the back end.
And this is where the matchmaker who does this for a living, by the way, drops the hammer. Ma'am, you don't qualify for the type of man you want. Silence. You could literally see her face crumble. That was the sound of entitlement colliding headfirst with reality.
I'm gonna need you to lean in for this one. I have a matchmaking truth for you. Whew, this is a good one. My name is Taylor, by the way, executive matchmaker and dating coach at lunch dates right here in the city of Boston, and this just sticks with me. Wait for the one. Do not wait for someone to be the one. So if you feel like your life could use a change, if you're looking for a different someone, I'm here. Can help you find it.
Like seriously, what did she expect? This isn't Uber Eats. You can't just order a tall, wealthy man with good genetics and have him delivered in 30 minutes or less. The delusion is insane. And here's the bigger issue. A lot of modern women have been sold this fantasy that simply existing with queen energy is enough to lock down a high-value man. But in reality, those men aren't looking for someone who drains their wallet and adds stress to their life. They're looking for peace, loyalty, support, and someone who adds value.
You know what? I have something that I need to say. I am tired of the men that just don't go for it. They're just so scared. They think that they're gonna get rejected when it's like, bruh, like, just take a freaking chance. I am tired, sick and tired of this, excuse my language, but this energy that these men have been giving these days. You'll walk past and they'll literally give you, like, just come up to me and ask for my freaking name. Like, okay, like, you get rejected, like, I'm sorry, like, it happens to me. But just take a chance. Guys, just take a chance, just get some confidence, like, just take a chance.
So what's the moral of the story? If even a professional matchmaker tells you to lower your standards, maybe it's time to stop blaming men and start taking a good hard look in the mirror.
People should date like sociopaths. Both men and women should date around. As long as you're not having sex casually with many people, I think it's a good plan to date several people at the same time so that you don't get too attached until you find the right one. I'm bisexual, so I once had a guy drop me off to a date with another girl. You should always dress well out of respect for your partner or whoever you're seeing. Being feminine and elegant and dressing in a particular way that flatters your body encourages them to be chivalrous. These are definitely traits we want to see in men. Aren't necessarily aware of how much women invest in dates. We spend so much money on outfits, on hair, on makeup, and so there is an investment on our part, which is why we expect an investment on your part. I think it's important for men to be chivalrous. It makes them feel more manly, and it makes women feel protected.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.